rid of it. You have to get rid of it. 12 minutes.
50 pence a bag now, last few bags.
Thank you very much, sir. 1 second.
I need some change. I need some change. Fast, fast, fast.
I don't know where I'm going here, so where are we going?
Brianna, where are we going from here?
We've got some products here today that we just want to show you and see if you're interested in buying offers.
Yeah. We can do a really, really good deal
The
for
same
you.
pattern on the T-shirt is on the jigsaws.
Yeah, but bigger.
So what we could do, it's up to you. We've also got some bags as well.
I wouldn't give you an answer today. I would have to think about it.
We only have a few left and I'm prepared to give you a really good deal for them.
You know, everybody will know that they're coming to your shop and they're getting
You
it.
have the pug. These are going to
you could
go
also
so
say
well.
that
The
these
yoga
bags are
studio
unique.
opposite.
You are going to get them
Limited
an absolute
edition.
steal. Honestly.
They've been going really well today at the zoo.
I don't like buying under pressure and I don't like buying under stress.
Sorry.
Let's go, guys, because we're wasting time.
Girls, I really don't appreciate that. This is not a good idea, to come in and barricade somebody. You put her under tremendous pressure.
OK, well, look, I genuinely apologise. Can I just offer you my sincere apologies?
Sorry, Ben.
We were too
Do
pushy.
you
I'm
realise
really
the last
sorry.
thing that you said? OK, we're wasting time. On to the next one.
I didn't say it.
One of you did.
I did.
5 p.m. Lord Sugar's first business test is over.
Did you sell everything?
No.
If the team have tried as hard as we have and they've sold as hard as we have, we've won this.
But for the boys, an unhappy customer.
Yeah, basically, these have marks on. Each one, there's 10, they all have imperfections.
Okay.
So you've got stains here, you've got ones that are really, really faded or over-printed and missed. So it's so unprofessional.
No, I do apologise. I can assure you it's not our intention to sell you any seconds or return merchandise.
They've sold some of their product that, quite frankly, deserves to be nowhere other than the bin. They think they can get away with it, but they haven't got away with it. And now they're in the embarrassing situation of having to refund a customer's money and go away with their tail between their legs, which, quite frankly, that's where it deserves to be.
You can go through to the boardroom now.
Good morning. The idea behind most businesses is very simple, and you couldn't get nothing simpler than this. I told you to go and buy blank items, and then you added some value to it, and hopefully you made a profit, yeah? We'll start with the gentleman's team. You came up with the name Phoenix, I understand, yeah? Whose idea was that?
That was my idea, Lord Sugar. Based upon the fact, I'm sure, in life and as in business, you're going to face some adversity along the way, and if that situation arises, we'll be rising from the ashes, so to speak.
OK, it's not a bad name, I suppose. So, project leader?
Myself.
Anybody else put themselves forward other than you?
No, we had a bit of an embarrassing moment where none of us put ourselves forward. So I'm not sure how long it lasted for, but I decided to put myself forward because we needed a project manager.
I read in the CVs, Azar, you said you'll be project manager of all the tasks. And Stephen says, I'll put myself forward, and they all went stum when it came to it. You did it, is that right?
That's right. I'm happy to project manage any task.
I think before you'd got the words finished, I'll do it if no one else will, everyone had jumped up and congratulated you, Nick.
Right, so anyway, bearing in mind he stuck himself in the deep end, how was he as a team leader?
I've got a lot of respect for Nick for stepping forward as team leader.
He stepped up to the mark.
OK, so what were your products? Have we got them over here?
Called Jack.
Jack.
Jack the Bear.
That's Jack.
I see. Doesn't look like much thought has gone into the design here, does it? That's it, the bus, is it?
That is it, yeah.
You spent a lot of time talking about profit, costs, margin, and the design very much was the second focus.
I am embarrassed about the design.
Yeah, well, the design team wasn't too heavily taxed, let's put it that way. If you spent all your time talking about margins all day long instead of design, what was your margin philosophy?
We're selling him for £15. The bag...
What, that? For £15?
It was being sold for £15.
You weren't in Bond Street, was you, by any chance?
We weren't in Bond Street, no. We dropped it very quickly to 10.
That's a very good margin. But the woman who you sold some bags to rejected the whole lot in the end.
There was an issue with that.
Of course, you can have the greatest margin in the world, but if the end punter doesn't want to buy your product, meaningless, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then let's move over to the ladies' team. I understand that you've got yourself a team name called Sterling.
Yes, that's correct.
How'd that come about?
I actually dreamt it the night before. My friend gave me the idea in a dream.
Right. Sounds very professional. Sterling, then. Sterling it is. And your team leader?
That was myself.
Right. Gabrielle, I saw on your CV that you're going to open a print
Yeah.
firm afterwards,
So
aren't you?
this task was a really good experience.
Anybody else put themselves forward to be the team leader?
You know, when somebody's got that expertise, why wouldn't we let her take the lead?
I preach that all the time. The person who is expert in the particular task should put themselves forward. Fair enough. OK. Good team leader or not?
I think she was probably a little bit flustered by the fact she had lots of very strong women underneath her, which I would have thought anyone would be, even one of the guys.
OK, so these are the designs, yeah?
Yeah.
And who did the design? Who did these things?
It was Jade.
What, is it your own graphics?
Our own design,
is
yeah.
it?
We didn't want
That's
to go...
very good.
It's very good.
I hand drew it and then we just scanned it into the computer.
Really? That's good.
You could have that one on us.
So these were your designs. How'd you get on with the selling then? Everybody sold?
What I delegated to everyone was actually to sell. Jane had a bigger job than that on the sub-team. She was to relay back all figures back to me.
Well, I wasn't actually officially put in charge of the sub-team. I had taken over because nobody had done anything on the finance side.
You took charge, is that what you're saying?
Well, basically, it was just needed to be done.
Do you know what? I think it's time now for me to get some numbers. So, starting, Nick, with the ladies' team.
Yeah. Team Sterling, total sales £690.60, minus the total spend of £475.80. That gave them a profit of £214.80.
£214 profit. And Karen, for the boys?
Total sales came to £1,015.60. And you spent £399.40 on printing and products, leaving you a profit of £616.20.
£616. Well, it's very good. Very good for the first task. So I've laid on an art-inspired reception for you back at the house. So help yourself to canapes and cocktails, and I'll see you on the next task. Okay? Off you go.
Thank you, guys.
Well, I think, you know, you need to go away and discuss this all amongst yourselves, because at least one of you will be leaving this process today.
Thank you.
One, two, three.
Phoenix! Well, boys, we've won our first task and we get a night on the tails. We pulled in the same direction. They had 8 people that went in 8 different directions. That's what won the task.
Yeah, we have got a really good bond, I think, between us.
serious bromance going on.
TV.
I'm so sorry that we're all in this horrible position, but you just didn't do enough.
Some decisions weren't made quickly enough. On the second day, we didn't leave early enough for the zoo when I kept saying it's an hour away and if we catch traffic, it's going to take even longer. On the second day, we were held
you're
back.
speaking up now,
It'll be
then?
called
Now
lunchtime traffic.
something to say.
Yes, because I'm really angry.
Why didn't you have
Right, I'm not
Wait,
speaking, I'm shouting now.
Shut up.
The team lost because Gabrielle didn't take critical decisions fast enough. We voted her based on her expertise in the field. However, she didn't come across as an expert at all, and I think she should be fired.
If I'm dragged back in, I will fight very, very strongly because I know that I'm not to blame for this failure of this task.
I'm really gutted to be going back to the boardroom. I really believed everyone tried their best, but I guess in the boardroom I'll actually find out who was responsible.
You can go through to the boardroom now.
Well, I trust you've had a chat amongst yourselves and each of you have some kind of idea in your mind as to what has gone wrong. Where do you want to start?
From my point of view, the guys were very focused on their margins. They were focused on how many products they were going to buy and what they were going to make at the end of the day. We didn't do that.
That's called strategy, Jane.
No, I know that, and I'm saying we didn't do that.
So you're saying it was a bit of a free-for-all, was it?
Well, no, it wasn't a free-for-all. It was left, and I did it.
Pricing strategy was sorted out after we'd done the designing, once we knew how much we had. So really, there was no set strategy.
No strategy, is that what you're saying?
No.
I do admit, first couple of hours was mental for me, but I think our problem was sales. Our markup obviously wasn't high enough. We could have maybe pushed it slightly higher.
There was 93 items out of your 250 left over.
Yeah.
40% of what you decided to make. Do you have 40% of your stock left over in your restaurant every day?
Not in any way, shape or form.
No. Do you have a 40% of your stuff left over? No. The Greenwich mob sold £440 worth, and the London Zoo team sold £225 worth.
There seems to be a period of non-selling due to great distance and location.
Well, there was a trudge across London.
Yes, there was.
They got to a shop and attacked the shopkeeper, who was so affronted by their sales approach that she wouldn't buy anything. She couldn't stand being cornered by a pack of baying hyenas.
I was absolutely adamant to Billiana that this was a long walk. Billiana was pretty adamant. She knew the shops and she knew they were going to buy them, and we really pushed on that point,
Actually,
including Jane.
the reason I sent Billiana to London Zoo was because she knew the area very well.
Right, I think it's my time to say something now. On the second day, I was sent to the zoo because I really do know the area quite well, and I promise you, I took them to the closest available shop.
Well, the closest available shops to the Regent's Park Zoo is just down the road in Camden Town, surely.
No, Camden Town is further from London Zoo, Lord Sugar. But anyhow...
I drive past it every day. Anyway...
yes, exactly. Anyway, the majority of the problems are definitely a result of bad management initially. What happened was that some decisions weren't made quickly enough. So we were held back at Greenwich Market because Gabrielle, backed by Jane, was keeping us there because she wanted to have some items personalised before we go and sell them to the zoo. These 20 minutes were critical in terms of catching lunchtime traffic and being delayed even more.
Billiana, just as critical as the 20 minutes we spent walking across the park.
I kept saying that it takes an hour to get to the zoo. We were caught in traffic. We ran out of time.
Biliana, I've looked at what your background is. It's all to do with financial services, with risk management. And so, was you focused on margins then, or what?
I understood the importance of the margins, and I sincerely thought this is not something to get involved straight away if we have 3 women with businesses.
If I was experienced in finances, I would be straight in there to prove that I can actually do it and I'm good at what I do.
Risk analysis, if that's your speciality, is a risk analysis, you would
Can I
have seen
just
that Primrose
continue
Hill
to-
was very risky to go, but you still insisted that we went.